Okay, so in the last class, we studied about different types of materials, right? Next slide. We studied about materials that look very different, means some are shiny materials and some are non-shiny, means we can say that they are lustrous and non-lustrous. You all remember what we studied last in the last class? Tell me some shiny materials or some lustrous materials.
All the
Ma'am, all the metals are lustrous, and ma'am, sometimes the glass is also lustrous.
Okay. And what about non-lustrous materials?
plastic.
Yes.
Ma'am, all non-metals.
All the non-metals. Okay. Any other example apart from plastic and non-metals? Any other example? Anyone?
Cloth.
Yes. Okay. It depends on.
Ma'am, we are also non-lustrous.
Okay, we are also non-lustrous. All right. So wood, plastic, these are non-lustrous materials. Okay. And we also discussed about solubility. Today we are mostly going to learn about this. We are going to conduct experiments, or we are going to perform experiments for solubility. Okay. We'll see which materials are soluble in water, which materials mix with mix together, and which materials do not mix together. Okay, that is basically today's topic. Next slide. Okay, we also discussed about hardness in the last class. Okay, some materials are hard and some are soft. Can you name some soft materials?
Ma'am?
Yes, Janvi.
Ma'am, cotton. Sponge.
Ma'am, cotton.
Cotton, yes. Okay, some hard materials, can you all name?
And stone. Diamond.
Ma'am, stone, diamond, metals.
Okay. Ma'am, plastic is also hard.
Yes. Okay.
Metals.
Okay. So you all remember what are hard and soft materials, correct? Now we also discussed about transparency in the last class. Okay, some materials are transparent, some are translucent, and some are opaque. Can you all name some transparent materials?
Ma'am, glass.
Glass.
Ma'am, sometimes plastic.
Sometimes
Plastic.
Ma'am, air.
air. Yes. Water. They are transparent. What about translucent materials?
Ma'am, translucent. Ma'am, frosted glass.
Frosted glass. Very good.
Ma'am, a plastic bag.
Yes. A plastic bag. Okay. What about opaque? Opaque materials?
Ma'am,
Stone. Metal.
ma'am,
Stone, metal.
Metals.
ma'am,
Paper.
ma'am, human body.
Yes, human body.
Ma'am, paper.
Paper. Okay. So, and there are some materials that float on water and some materials that sink in water. Okay. When you put those materials in water, some are so light than water that they will float on the water. Okay. So, can you all imagine and tell me some materials that will float on water?
Ma'am, paper.
Ma'am,
Yes, paper.
ma'am,
And
ma'am, pencil shavings.
okay, wood we can say pencil shavings. Okay, then
Ma'am, sponge.
sponge. Sponge after it soaking water, I think it will move. No, sponge is okay, fine. Then what about materials that?
Ma'am,
Wood.
leaves.
Ma'am, wood. Ma'am, the sinking substances can be
Rocks. Okay.
And ma'am, the sinking substances can be iron, ma'am, but when you make a boat out of iron, that will float.
That will float. Okay. Can you all tell me the reason why it floats? Anyways, we'll discuss about density some other time. Today we can start. Okay, next slide. Today we can start with the experiments now. Ved, are you ready with your supplies, Ved?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Can you show us your supplies? Okay. What are the supplies what you have?
Ma'am, oil, lemon juice, sugar, and salt.
Okay. Oil, lemon juice, sugar, and salt. All right. Fine. So we can start. Okay. Next, we will start with solubility. We will. You'll have 5 containers, right? All of you all have 5 transparent
Yes, ma'am.
containers.
Ma'am, and with the
Ma'am, I
sticker,
only have
but
four
from here
glass.
we can see. Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah. That is okay.
Ma'am, I only have 4 glass containers and I have 1 plastic container.
No problem. It's you. We should be able to see through it. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So we can take. I'll also be taking. I'll show you all one by one. Okay. Anyways, first we can do with 4 and then the other one. Okay. So first of all, you all will take the containers. Yeah,
Ma'am,
and you all will.
first can I do with 3 and then I'll get ma'am 2 more?
Yeah, yeah. Fine. So what we can do, we can pour water in all the containers.
All of
We
you
can.
all keep your videos on.
Yes, all of you all pour water in the containers.
Anika, Jayant, and Ved and Ariha, videos should be on continuously.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just on it in a second. I'm just readjusting. Ma'am, so we have to drop some water. Ma'am, how much? Ma'am, this much?
Yeah, that will do.
Ma'am, I have filled 3/4 cup of water.
Fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Would this do?
Sanika is having less amount of material, so that is enough. That much of water. Okay. And
Ma'am,
not Sanika, that is Janvi. Janvi is having less amount of material, so that water is enough.
ma'am,
And
I have only sawdust less. Ma'am, I have only sawdust less.
okay.
Ma'am,
So
is
you
this much water fine?
Ma'am, is
so
this
you
what?
Sanika, you can increase the amount of your water.
Ma'am, so this much will do, right?
Maybe 2/3 of your 2/3. Yeah.
Ma'am, is this much fine?
Okay. See, if your water is less, you'll have to put less amount of the substance that you'll are mixing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Don't, yeah. So I have taken 3/4 of. Can you? Okay. Wait. You can also put on your video.
Nicola ma'am, your video is off.
Yeah. Can you all see now?
No, ma'am.
My video is on, but I don't know why it's not. Can not this. Yeah.
And now we can see.
Yeah. So you all take the containers. Okay. Everyone fill 3/4 of the container. All
Filled,
of y'all
ma'am.
can do it the same way. Okay. All can fill 3/4 of the container.
Ma'am, I filled all my
Okay.
container.
All of y'all have done it. 3/4
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
container have been filled. Okay. Now what
Yes,
y'all will
ma'am.
do? In one container, y'all will add sugar. In one container, y'all can add sugar. All of y'all add sugar in one container.
Ma'am, how much sugar do we have to add?
About 1 teaspoon.
Ma'am, with this much, ma'am, just a second. Ma'am, it's
Less than a teaspoon will also do. Little bit of sugar you all can add, okay? So that we can see the result faster.
Sugar I had put.
So of sugar you all can
Ma'am, I
add.
put this much of sugar.
Fine, less than 1 teaspoon, okay? It should be less than 1 teaspoon.
Ma'am, is this much sugar okay?
Ma'am, is this much
Uh,
sugar okay?
Yeah, yeah. And what you'll do, you'll stir it. You'll stir it. Okay?
Ma'am, this is not the grinded sugar, so ma'am, it will take more time.
Okay, you all can keep stirring it. So I told you all to add little bit of sugar so that we can see the result faster. Okay? Every material you all are going to add. Okay, can you all see your sugar mixing with water? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So what we can say that sugar mixes completely with water, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
sugar is soluble in water. Sugar is soluble in water. And what is this that we have prepared? This is a solution. Which solution? Sugar solution. We have added sugar to water. So sugar is a solute and water is a solvent. And this is the sugar solution. And sugar is soluble in water. Okay? Sugar completely mixes with water. So it is soluble in water.
Ma'am, it is
Planet
so
with sugar.
soluble. Ma'am, it is so soluble that if you give someone this water, it will he or she will not come to know if this is real water or sugar solution.
Yeah, because we cannot see the sugar and we cannot see the sugar completely mixes with water. Okay, we cannot differentiate between the sugar and water. All right. Now in the next one, what we'll do, we will add chalk powder. If you don't have chalk powder, you can use talcum powder.
Ma'am, the sugar mixed completely.
Okay, the sugar mixed
How much
completely.
of talcum powder can I add?
What happened?
Ma'am, how much of talcum powder can I add?
All the same amount, less than 1 teaspoon.
Ma'am, the chalk powder mixed really fast.
Does it mix with the water?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it doesn't mix
Ma'am,
this much talcum powder, okay?
if we take the spoon and put it at the bottom, we can see the chalk powder coming out. It doesn't mix.
Yeah, wait for a minute. After that, you all will see that the chalk powder settles down. Okay? The chalk powder will settle at the bottom. So we can separate the water and the chalk powder. We can see them that they are completely separate. Mix them and wait for a while. And you all can see chalk powder settling at the bottom.
Ma'am, it started settling for mine.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Wait for a while and see what happens to the chalk powder.
Ma'am,
it is already beginning to. Ma'am, it is settled.
Yeah, it is settling, right? So what we can say that chalk powder is what in water? Soluble or insoluble?
Insoluble.
Insoluble. Yeah. It is not soluble. So it is insoluble in water. We can see the chalk powder settling at the bottom. Okay. You can see a complete separation of water and chalk powder. Chalk powder settles at the bottom. Okay. Now, in the next container, we can take salt. In the next container, we can take salt. And stir it. Same amount of salt and stir it. What do you all observe?
Ma'am, the salt dissolved in the water.
The salt dissolved in the water.
Ma'am,
Everyone
salt
observe the same.
dissolved in the water and is also more soluble than sugar.
Okay. Yes, because the grains are finer. The grains of the salt are smaller as compared to the sugar grains. Okay.
Powdered sugar. Ma'am, and also if we boil the water and then add salt in it, it
More
will
faster,
dissolve more
yes.
faster.
Because solubility also depends on temperature. If the water is cold, it will take longer time to dissolve, and if the water is hot, the temperature is more, then it will take less time to dissolve. So temperature is also a factor that is responsible for solubility. Okay, if you change the temperature, the solubility will change. Okay, so have you all seen that the salt dissolves in water?
Yes,
Does it
ma'am.
dissolve, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what can we say that salt is soluble or
Soluble.
soluble in water?
Soluble.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it is soluble in water.
It's soluble in water. In the next container, we can add. If you have sand, you all can add sand. If you have mud, you all can add mud. Doesn't matter. Okay. And
Ma'am,
stir
can
it.
I empty the first one into a glass and then ma'am do it in the same container?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I don't have both.
Okay. Who is that? Ved?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can observe. Okay. You can observe what we are
Ma'am,
doing.
the mud is settling at the bottom.
Can you all, anyways, we can move out these containers.
Yes, ma'am, it's settling very fast.
Okay.
Ma'am,
It's settling.
it's settling faster at the bottom, then you can talcum powder. A lot of mud in our foods.
Yes. So what happens to the mud?
Talcum powder.
Does it mix with water? The mud? Does it mix with water?
No, ma'am. It's not insoluble.
It does not mix. What happens to it?
It settles at the bottom.
It settles at the bottom. Very good. Now, so what we can say that
Insoluble.
mud is insoluble in water. Okay. So mud is insoluble in water. Does it settle for everyone, or is there someone whose sand or mud mixes with the water?
No, ma'am.
No. So mud is insoluble in water. It settles at the bottom. Okay. If you give it little more time, you will see there is a complete layer of water and the mud is completely at the bottom. Okay. Then we can do it with sawdust. We can do the same process, repeat the same process for sawdust. If you all don't have sawdust, you all can use pencil shavings. Okay.
Ma'am, the pencil shavings float on water.
They float on water. So what you can say, everyone, if you'll have pencil shavings, if you don't have sawdust, I think only Sanika has sawdust, and someone else who had sawdust. Dhyan.
Ma'am, I also have
Ma'am, it floats on water.
It floats on water, so it does not mix with water, right?
It's insoluble.
Yes, ma'am.
It is insoluble. It's insoluble in water. All right. So come on, quickly tell me. Sugar is what? Sugar is soluble in. I have to mention. Okay, sugar is soluble in water. Okay. Salt is
Soluble.
water. Salt is also soluble in water. Mud or sand is
Insoluble.
insoluble in water. Okay, sawdust is
Ma'am, it is insoluble in water.
insoluble in water. Okay, chalk powder is
Insoluble. It is insoluble.
okay. All right. Now we can move on with the next experiment. Okay, so you all understood this concept, which things which materials they are soluble and which are insoluble in water.
Ma'am, I think the next is miscible and immiscible.
Yes. So in the first case, we saw that a solid, we dissolve a solid in a liquid. The solute is a solid. In this case, we will take both liquids. Means we'll take two liquids, okay, and we'll test whether they mix with each other or they do not mix with each other. So in the same way, you'll add water. You can add water to your containers.
Ma'am, do we have to drain out all the
Yes,
containers for this experiment?
Yeah. So we need to add water. Have you all drained out all your water, or if you all have extra containers, it's well and good. Otherwise, you all can drain out your water.
I'm draining
Have you
out
all
my containers water. Ma'am, how many containers do we need more?
5? If you all have all the five items. Okay. So we can test. First, we can take water, and we add.
Ma'am, I have water, and then we add
Oil to it. You all can add.
water will do. Ma'am, can you please wait for some time? I'm just draining out my containers.
Okay, fine. You take water and you add.
How much oil shall I add?
It depends on your container. Anyways, you can add about a tablespoon of oil.
Ma'am, is the layer of oil visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, there is
Can
a
you
layer
see
of
this?
oil visible.
So the water and oil is completely separate. Okay, what we'll do, we'll try to stir it. We see what happens. We can stir it and we can see what happens.
Ma'am, the oil gets bubbly, but it's still at the top.
It's still at the top. So what can we say? That oil does not mix with water. So we can say that oil is immiscible with water. It does not mix. So it is, yeah.
Ma'am,
We
also
use
it is less denser
two
than water.
liquids. We can use immiscible. Yes.
Ma'am, also oil is less denser than water.
Yes, that's why it floats on the top. Okay. So you all can see a layer. You all can see a layer. All of you all can see. Everyone can check. Yes. Yes, Ariha. We can see it.
Yes, ma'am, I can see a layer.
Okay. Yes. Janvi.
Ma'am, the chalk
So you all can
powder
see a layer.
settled completely.
Okay. Chalk powder settled completely. All right. So we can say that oil is immiscible in water. Okay, wait, can you, do you have oil? Can you show what happened? Okay, I think he got disconnected. Okay, so oil is immiscible in water, correct? Have you all tried it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we can add water again. And add lemon juice. And tell me what happens.
Lemon juice no circle lemon.
Ma'am, the mixes completely, but it changes the color of the water.
Yes, it changes the color of the water. But
Add lemon juice, right?
What?
We had to add lemon juice, right?
Yes, we had to add lemon.
Like coconut water.
Okay. So it completely mixes. You cannot differentiate where is the lemon juice and where is the water. Okay. So it completely mixes. So what we can say that lemon juice is miscible
in water.
miscible in water. Wait, did you try with the lemon juice?
Yes, ma'am.
Is miscible in water.
Okay. So we see that lemon juice is also missing water. Clear? Oil was immiscible, but lemon juice is miscible. If anyone has spirit, we can try it with spirit also. Okay? What we'll do,
Ma'am, I don't have spirit.
no problem. You can observe. We can add a little bit of spirit.
Ma'am, would spirit cause any reaction?
No. With water, no.
Yes, ma'am, it's like this when I put spirit in the water.
What happened?
Ma'am, when I
Okay.
put spirit in the water.
So, does it mix or does it not mix with water? The
Ma'am, it
spirit.
does not.
The spirit did not mix with water.
Ma'am, it does mix with water.
Yes, it does mix with water. Okay, it mixes completely with water. You cannot differentiate where's the spirit and where's the water. It both mixes together.
Ma'am, it will be the same with vinegar.
Yeah, it will be the same with vinegar.
Ma'am, can I just add vinegar? Ma'am, the spirit is too hard to open.
On the spirit, don't add it. You can add it in water.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do we have to add vinegar in another container?
Yes, you all can add vinegar. You all add vinegar to water and test it. What happens and tell me. So we can say that spirit is.
It just looks as if the water level has rise.
With what?
With the vinegar.
Okay, stir it. So we can say that.
Ma'am, vinegar mixed with water completely. Ma'am, Ma'am, it mixes with water.
The vinegar mixes with water.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we say that vinegar is miscible or immiscible?
Miscible.
Water?
Miscible.
In water. Okay. All right. So we have almost tried with all the items. Are you having some other item left?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay.
No, ma'am.
So all right. So quickly we can say oil, miscible or immiscible with water?
Immiscible.
Immiscible. Vinegar, miscible or immiscible with water?
Miscible with water.
Miscible.
Lemon juice, miscible or immiscible with water?
Miscible. Miscible.
Okay. Vinegar, immiscible or miscible with water?
Miscible.
Ma'am, it is miscible.
Okay.
Miscible.
All right. So these were the two experiments that we had for today. Okay, we can move on to the presentation. All right. So I told you all that. What is a solution? A solution is made when a solute and a solvent are mixed together. Okay, when a solute mixes with a solvent, it forms a solution. So what is a solute? Solute is always present in less amount. And okay, solute is always present in less amount. Solute can be a solid or it can be a liquid.
Ma'am,
Yes, Janvi?
ma'am, in some solutions like lemon solution, lemonade, ma'am, that's also a solution, ma'am, but it has two solutes, ma'am. One is salt and one is sugar, and ma'am, one solvent, that is water.
Yes. Okay. So basically, when we talk about a solution, like a solution can be more than one solute also. Okay, does more than one solute also can be added to it. But what we are saying is that a solution is prepared when solute mixes with the solvent, and the solute is basically the solute is maybe a solid or a liquid. Okay, and solvent is mainly liquids. It can be gases also, but that we have not studied about that till now. Solvents are majorly liquids. Okay, so solute is present in less amount, solvent is present in more amount. Okay, next slide. For example, if we talk about sugar solution, tell me what is a solute?
Ma'am, the solute will be sugar.
Sugar.
Ma'am, the solute will be sugar.
And what is the solvent?
Ma'am, water. Water.
If we talk about lemonade, what is the solute?
Ma'am, the lemon juice. Solute is lemon juice, salt, and sugar.
Lemon. Okay. And what is the solvent?
Water.
Water. All right. Next slide. Okay. Now that was majorly about solids and solid and liquid mixtures. Okay. Now we talk about liquid and liquid mixture when the mixture is comprising of two or more liquids together. So when both the liquids mix with each other, they are called miscible liquids. When they mix completely with each other, they are called miscible liquids. Okay. For example, tell me an example of miscible liquids.
Vinegar.
Except vinegar and water, which is given on the screen.
Water.
No,
Spirit and water. Lemon juice and water.
Lemon juice and water. Okay.
Milk and water.
Yes, milk and water. Very good. And what about immiscible liquids? They don't.
Ma'am, oil and water.
Sorry. Immiscible means they don't.
Water.
Yes, immiscible means they don't mix with each other. Yeah, they don't mix with each other. Immiscible means they don't mix with each other. That is, oil and water is immiscible. Okay, any more example?
Ma'am, mercury and water. Uh, Ma'am, honey and water.
Honey also, Ariha, when you mix honey in water, it completely mixes with water. Okay, it will not be a separate layer. So it will also be miscible with water. Anyways,
Ma'am,
so we can add
kerosene.
any type of oil. Any type of oil will be immiscible with water. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Kerosene and water.
Kerosene and water, kerosene and water, cooking oil and water, coconut oil and water, any type of oily substance, any type of oils will be immiscible with water. Okay, next slide. Okay, so we are done with today's activities, but you all, I'll be asking you all a question and you all have to tell me the answer in the next class. Think about it. Tell me, now we discussed about solubility, right? We discussed about how the substances mix with each other. That you all know what is solubility? How
Yes,
um,
ma'am.
substances mixing with each other. We know that some substances mix and some substances don't mix with each other. Now
Yes,
you
ma'am.
all have to let me know what are the applications of solubility in our day-to-day life. How do we use solubility in our day-to-day lives? Can you all think and tell me now? And can anyone think right now and tell me?
Ma'am, when we mix water and spices while boiling
Ma'am,
vegetables.
ma'am, so we
Okay.
use it in
Yes,
cooking,
just
and
mix
ma'am,
it.
when we need refreshments, we made lemonade. That is also an example of solubility.
Okay. All right. Okay. You all can think of more examples and you all can let me know in the next class. What are you all can think more about what are the wide applications of solubility? Why do we need to study about solubility? Okay. So you all will let me know in the next class. All right.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And all of y'all must go and attend the quiz. All right. After the class, just go and attempt for the quiz in the portal. All right.
Uh,
Everyone.
quiz will be in the next week because we are still with the same chapter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
per chapter there'll be a quiz.
Okay.
So, ma'am, we have to attend the quiz next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Did you all make a note of the question that ma'am said? And don't come up with simple answers, okay? Come up
Yeah.
with
Think of
answers like, something out of the box.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
you all have to tell me. See, these are the things that we use in our day-to-day life, but you all have to think that why do we really need solubility in a wide range? Okay, like on a wide range. How do we use do we use this solubility concept? Okay, on a large scale, we do use it for making lemonade. That's true. We do use it for when we cook. That is also true.
And to
But
make
that
medicines.
yes,
And
to
to
make
make
medicine. Yes. Okay. That's also um, an application of solubility. Okay. You all will think more about it and come up in the next class. Okay. I'll be asking you all this question again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. In the next class, we'll come up with another. Did you all understand everything? Do you all have any questions regarding today's class?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone, are you all clear with today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we can meet up in the next class. All right. You all must do yours. You all must ponder on this question. Ponder over this question
Ma'am, what do
and
we
let me
need for
know
the next class?
what.
Ma'am, what do we need for the next class?
It will all be in the item list that was given to you all for the August classes. Okay, it is all mentioned in the item list. You all just go through it and
Ma'am, just a thought which came to my mind. Next week will be an off because it is 15th of August.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
class
okay.
will happen the week after next.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, remember next week there is no class. It is an off.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Yeah, bye. And
Thank
you all
you.
must go over this question, okay? And we'll discuss about it in the upcoming class.